Epictetus said, "Things do not disturb people, but the way they see those things." So are you the kind of person who's always ready to lend a helping hand, which is something very beautiful and rare these days? However, sometimes, no matter how much you want to help, if the person doesn't want to change, there's nothing you can do. If you don't want to waste energy in vain, stay tuned to this video. We'll talk about 8 types of people who, for one reason or another, are not ready to receive help and need to learn the hard way. If you're not subscribed yet, click on the subscription button so you don't miss anything that can boost your life. Type 1. Some people live in their own world, deceiving themselves constantly. This clashes with the Stoic idea of being sincere and seeking self-knowledge. It's like sweeping the dirt under the rug. Stoics talk about facing our weaknesses head-on so we can grow. The crux of the matter is that these people create an entirely distorted reality. They see things the way they want, not as they truly are. Our brain sometimes plays tricks, and we see the world as we interpret it, not as it truly is. Most of the time, it's not malicious. These individuals end up trapped in this deceitful snare. Perhaps it all started in childhood or adolescence, full of hardships. Maybe in a bid to be accepted, they started seeing the world in a way that only makes sense to them. These tough times might have led them to create a parallel reality to cope, but as much as you want to help, it will be difficult. They've built a wall around this distorted reality. You can try to show them that the sky's blue, not green, but they will insist with arguments that don't stick. Even showing them the sky, they'll find a way to say it's not quite like that. The only chance to help is if they realize they have a problem, but that's hard without a good psychologist nearby. And look, this is similar to the political debates going on. People keep denying and making excuses to defend their point of view, even when it makes no sense. In the end, they only contradict themselves and still think they're right. Type 2. Being altruistic is a beautiful form of empathy, something we humans have the gift of doing, which is putting ourselves in another's shoes and understanding what they are feeling. Stoics valued this ability to see the world from another's perspective, without judgment. This helps us perceive the anxieties and concerns of others, and the desire to help naturally arises. However, some people take advantage of this for their own gain. They pretend to be friends, only to get close and then exploit the situation. How do you spot these cunning individuals? Watch how they handle life. While most of your friends only ask for help when they truly need it, these opportunists are always asking for favors, often out of sheer laziness to sort things out on their own. They praise you, say you're a good friend, just to convince you to help. Asking a favor occasionally is normal, but these people take advantage and don't value your time and effort. The worst part is, no matter how much you want to avoid it, the emotional pressure they put on is so much that you end up giving in. They make a drama, make you feel bad for refusing help, when in truth they are the selfish ones. You can try to help, but they don't change, because they believe they are right in acting this way. Why bother when they have someone to do things for them, right? The tip here is to distance yourself from these people without guilt. You have to think of yourself too. Type 3. Some people only see themselves and forget that the world doesn't revolve around them. For instance, you share good news and they change the subject to some issue of theirs, diminishing your joy. It's hard to share life with someone who only sees the negative. These people can drain your energy, always steering the conversation back to their problems. If you want to grow and they pull you down, maybe it's time to take a break. Without that negativity around, it becomes easier to see the bright side of life. Type 4. Some people run miles from any responsibility, lacking self-assessment and humility, which are essential for our growth, according to the Stoics. They never see themselves as part of the problem. They always have an excuse ready. This attitude prevents them from seeing the effect of their actions on others. By blaming the world, they shirk any responsibility. When you try to help, you might end up getting dragged into this sea of excuses. If something goes wrong, it's never their lack of effort. Trying to help might be a waste of time, as they resist seeing the truth and remain in denial. Better to focus on helping those who truly value your support. Type 5. Seeing a friend with so much talent not using it is kind of frustrating, right? We try to give that little push, but sometimes it doesn't work. It's great to enjoy today, but without forgetting to plan a little for tomorrow. When we use what we're good at, life moves forward. Here the problem is not a lack of talent, but a lack of desire to use that talent. A push can help, but if the person stays still, waiting for help, they won't get anywhere. Stoics like the idea of seeking a better life, which is the opposite of being anxious and paralyzed. Type 6 sees everything in shades of gray, the opposite of being resilient as the Stoics teach. It's nice to see both the good and bad sides of things to keep a level head. Negative people can drain our energy, only seeing problems and never solutions. This negativity is contagious, and trying to help can be a waste of time. They revel in their complications and can drain all your energy. Better to save your energy for those who value what you say and do. Type 7 thinks they're never wrong. It's always someone else's fault. This goes against what the Stoics teach about controlling how we react and behave. Those who don't see where they can improve don't evolve. Their delusions of grandeur make them blame the whole world. Without a critical look at themselves, change becomes difficult. Perhaps life will give them a jolt to show where they're going wrong. Type 8 thinks they're the king of the hill without having done anything to deserve it. Quite different from the Stoics, who value cooperation. They might see help as a threat because they believe they're superior. Putting an end to their arrogance can be a reality check. Stoics appreciate the idea of balance, responsibility, and building cool relationships for a great life. Stoic teaching serves as a practical guide for living harmoniously, cultivating solid relationships, and being the captain of our own ship regarding our actions and decisions. They urge us to pursue a life rich in meaning, always in the quest to improve ourselves as individuals, finding a balance with the world that surrounds us. To face life from this perspective, Stoics advocate the idea of a robust and resilient mind that stands firm in the face of adversities. If you've followed up to here and enjoyed the video content, I ask you to give it a like and subscribe to the channel, contributing so that our community continues to grow and strengthen. And folks, to develop a resistant mind like the Stoics, click on the video that is appearing on the screen now and discover how to get rid of 10 things that may be putting stones in your way.